Hi, first grade friends. I hope you had a great weekend. Today for math, we are going to continue our lessons from last week on data collection. So last week you collected data from your family and friends on their favorite flavor ice cream. We asked our friends, do you like chocolate ice cream or do you like vanilla ice cream better? So we did a couple things with that data. First, we collected it and we made a tally chart. Then we use that tally chart into making a pictograph. If you remember, the pictograph was all those pictures to represent each tally. You used one picture of chocolate ice cream to represent one vote for chocolate ice cream. This week we're going to use that same data we collected and we are going to make a bar graph with it. So before we start, I want to show you a little bit about bar graphs. Just like our tally chart needed to have a title, bar graphs have a title also. Bailey, honey. Oh, okay. Bar graphs also have a title. So I went ahead and titled this bar graph, Favorite Ice Cream. So whenever you look at the graph, you know exactly what it's going to be about. So a couple of the important parts of a bar graph. A bar graph is framed by a vertical line, an up and down line. That's the technical term is called the y-axis. And then, that's a little crooked, I'll try that again. And then a horizontal line called the x-axis. And they kind of make an L like this. Now, sorry, Bailey's laying down in front of me. So we have our y-axis and our x-axis. Our x-axis is going to show us the items that we are comparing. So the two items that we are comparing, or things we're comparing, were chocolate ice cream and vanilla ice cream. So I'm going to write chocolate and vanilla. So if you look here, I have chocolate and vanilla. If you were comparing three things, you would have three words down here. So that's our x-axis, and then our y-axis, this vertical line going up and down, is going to have our numbers. That's going to tell us how many. So we only asked about 5 to 10 people, so I'm going to write the numbers from 1 to 10 up here. So I'm going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Notice how my number 1 is down at the bottom, and then the number grows as I go higher up the graph. So this is the foundation of our bar graph. Again, if we were in school, I would have this made for you on a grid. Since we're not families, you have a couple options. I'm going to make a template on our Google Slides so that you can drag and drop. Or you can go ahead and write a bar graph down on a piece of paper or on your dry erase boards. So now that we have our graph ready to go, I need to go back and I need to look at my data from my tallies. So my data showed that I had 3 people vote for chocolate ice cream and 2 people for vanilla. So I'm going to start making my bar above my chocolate. So I'm going to look at these numbers, and I'm going to make my bar as tall as the number 3. I'm going to move it over and down so I have a little rectangle here, and I'm going to color that in. So now, if I look at this graph, I'm going to point to the chocolate, I'm going to trace up and go over and see, oh, 3. That bar is 3 units high. So I did my chocolate, and then I had 2 people who liked vanilla. So I need to make sure that the bar by the vanilla matches this number 2's height. So I'll go ahead and draw that. 2 on vanilla. All right, so this is my bar graph. I don't need to count the tallies. I'm just able to look quickly and see, oh, 3 people liked chocolate better and 2 liked vanilla. It makes it really easy to see which had the most votes and results. So today what I want you to do is look back at your data from last week. If you forget it, you can go back and open your slides. Everyone turned that in. Awesome job. Go back, look at your data, and then I want you to put it into a bar graph. Again, you have 2 choices for how you're going to do that. You can choose to write it down like I did, or I'm making a template for the slides, and I will have a grid bar graph in, and I'm going to add some rectangular shapes. Now, to make your bars, you'll have to drag the shape into the graph. You'll have to click on the shape and then pull the shape up to make it taller or shorter based on your data. So you're going to have to change the size of that shape. Let me know if you have any questions. I can't wait to see your graphs.